Yeah, I'm not talking much. I'm sitting here watching numbers, trying to find something that's moving. Studying the boards. I have numerous scans running, more than what you see on your screen. Yeah, that's what I use when I'm exploring. I look back at a bigger picture and see where we are as far as trending up or down on a 15-minute chart. Because when you're zoomed in on 1 minute, this kind of looks like we're going downhill, right? And then you come back over here to 15 minutes and we are going downhill, but you see more of what happened in the past. And sometimes you'll flip over to 15 and this here will be just a little dip as it's rising. So always zoom out and see where you are. So here it looks like we're maybe moving up on the 15-minute chart. Well, looks like I froze. All right, where are we going here? 15-minute chart. Not looking so happy on a 15-minute chart. GME testing for 4630. See if we can stay above 4630. It doesn't look like we can. Looks like a few people played a dip play because we had a higher low here. All right, CTNT. Nice little one. Let's see if we can get a play on it. Volume is low. Be careful at this point. It's only 10,000 shares traded. Now 14. It could pop up here. Don't like the volume on it. It is quite low. It's not being attacked like I like. They're now working spread on this low volume stock, so be careful. I saw a 12-cent spread pop up there and it's currently 8. And we sell off. Let's see if that's a pullback or a sellout. Watch for a long wick on the bottom of this candle. I don't like how far back it pulled. And I don't like the tall wicks up here on the top. Not promising at all. And the volume has died. Only 21,000 shares traded on that last candle. I will not be into this stock. Too low a volume, not enough participants. Looks like the volume may be picking up. We just broke the volume of the last bar. Breaking through 525, maybe. High spread on a low volume stock is never a good match. You gave it your best shot, Chad. That's all it takes. You were aware. Awareness is good. Does plug have volume? Plug does not have volume. Just a little. SPWR, that was a yesterday play. That was our first play yesterday morning. It's in the magic scan. EDBL making another run for it. Don't like that big red bar right here. See if we come down and retest 650, and we do. Let's see if 650 holds. Could be a play between 650 and 730 if it'll hold at 650. And it does not. Breaks all the way back down to $6. Don, is that 8 a.m. Eastern time? So no 7 o'clock movers this morning. We blew right through it. So it's kind of like they don't know if the earnings were good or bad. Good job, Jay. We are above yellow. We could have support here at 650. Might be a chance to make a few dollars if we can break it upwards. Watching for dominator bars. We are pushing up as expected. Green dominator bar coming in. Come on, make a green tall bar. Push it up there. Come on. You can do it. I got to sweet talk them this morning. That's the only way they're going to move. Showing weakness. Do we make it or do we not? Looks like the volume has died. Now picking up again. And it's a green dominator bar. Let's see if we can push it the rest of the way. The struggle is real. Me, I'm waiting for piranhas on a piece of bait. That's what I'm waiting for. Don't want to guess these bounces. They could cost you money. And sometimes I miss some profits by having that attitude of waiting on that higher volume. So this one may pay off. It still may make it up there. It's trying, but it's struggling. But I would be freaking out if I was in this stock by 3,000 shares or so. I would be out of it. Too nervous to hang on. It's too radical. Jimmy, they are computer driven. So we'll just have to see how it works. I'm sure they're still watching how it works, though. There's still market makers there making their decision. It did eventually make it to that 730, but it would have been a scary ride for me. It's a ride I don't need this morning. Retesting 730 as resistance. It's looking pretty good. We may push on up to 770. We can break through this 730. Moving averages look nice. They are widening between the two lines up here. You can see the width developing. That's a sign of strength. I don't like that we have short dominator bars, but that's because we don't have high volume. So we are now bouncing beneath resistance. Let's see if we can reach up there and retest it again. We can continue to bounce below that 730 and not pull back down to 650. There may be an opportunity there for it to run up to 770. But we don't want it to sell off from here. My blessing is still above yellow. We did establish a higher low. Lots of red dominator bars. Good morning, keep it green. Now possibly going to push back up to 730. That higher low was established. Now we're back up to 729, almost 730. We did go back up there to retest it again. Not liking the way that my blessing is kind of pointing south on one of the indicators. Looks like someone bought the dip. And whoever bought the dip is now freaking out. All right, back to sipping coffee. Yeah, we do have several levels in here I don't have marked out. I'm kind of playing the low and the high of it. Trying to get the greater swing if we have one. All right, we may be going back up to retest 730. Or we may just channel to the right. I'm not seeing it with this low of a volume, 39,000 on the last candle, currently 15, 18,000 on this one. See you later, Jimmy. Have a blessed one. All right, be careful in your trading with this report coming out. Don't be holding anything. Could cost you a few dollars if you do. Let's get past it and move on. Let's take a look at the SPY. That's what we can watch at the moment to see how it responds. Looks like the SPY responded positively, but don't let that fake you out. Let's see if it holds. Could be some bad interpretations of the report, and all of a sudden big and red comes in. That is a huge green candle. PLTR also jumped. I'm watching for moving numbers up here. Here's another one right here. Mara jumped up as well and continuing to run. Watch for increasing numbers in your volume spike. Too late to jump on board of these spikes right now unless you take a risk play at it. These spikes will disappear quickly. EDBL, did you respond accordingly? It did break through that 730 all the way up to 770. But you can't predict moves like that. No one knew. EDBL pushing on up. See if it comes back down to retest 770. Or does it continue to push? We have quite a bit more volume than earlier. So maybe this will lead us into a green market today. And And I did say maybe. So the play here would be the pullback to 770. There's that 770. Let's see if it can hold. Need some green dominator bars coming in. And we are pushing up to a new high of 832 from 770. Nice gains if you caught that 770 entry. I'm going to bail out here because I don't trust it. And my profit was good, so I'm all right with getting out, not being greedy. Well, I broke the ice. Thank you. Not very much, only 175. I had a small share size. Didn't see the opportunity to hit it hard there. Good job, Rich. Well, it looks like the not trusting it was a good decision. So far, anyway. Sounds like the lawn guys have arrived. I apologize for the noise if you can hear it. Well, that's good. Till that blower hits my window. I'm actually on the second floor, so it may not affect us too much. Pushing up again, EDBL. Still pushing. This may be the play of the day right here, the play of the morning. It's a tough one to call, though. Just make sure you play it on the pullbacks. And take what little gains it gives you. New high of 851. See if we come back down to retest 815. Pushing up to 873 now. $8.79. Would like to see a retest of 815, 816. May just spike down and hit it before the next run up. We'll see. My blessing looks good. Somewhat green dominator bars. May push up here for a little more. Never got the retest of 816. That's what I would like to see. Don't want to chase these green ones. Looks like the buyers are going to keep it up. Wick on the bottom of this candle. May get that retest here. There's the retest of 816. Let's see if the buyers step back in. I'll go ahead and mark this level here. Back up to 862 as a retest, 860 test. There's good money in these little candles. It's paying pretty good from 816 to 862 now. Now 880. I'm going to take that profit as well. Another 150. Up. They got me 140. Seems that you never get the money it's on when you click the button. But that's okay. I didn't lose. Good job, Yandros. Play the pullbacks. I love pullbacks. WISA running. Let's go take a look at it. WISA. Looking good. See if we got a pullback working here. Pulling back down to 430. Wow, devastating red candle. I'm glad I didn't chase the green ones again. Maybe a bounce from here. Maybe. Nice green dominator bar. Still really volatile. And then the volume dies. There will be other investors see this movement and it may bounce back up one more time to that 450 maybe, if you're lucky. Volume is quite low, only 54,000 on that last share, that last candle. Do we get to 456 here? See if we can get it to turn around. I am not in this stock. Just want to clarify that. After that big red candle, my mouse button would not click. Lawn guys are getting pretty loud now. AMC down at 592, 590. GME, they both following the same road. Plug, not doing much of anything. In KLA, not moving. Over in Magic Scan, EDBL down to, it looks like it came down to about 732, 738, 732. Good job, Rain. Coming up on the 8 o'clock hour, probably not much going to happen until afterwards. I don't know what's going to be pumped up before market opens. Maybe EDBL. We seem to have established a bottom here at 760. Currently retesting 770. My guess is we're going to be channeling to the right until market open. See you later, Dean. God bless you, brother. Starting to look like it, Chad. I strictly play numbers. That's all I ever play. I don't even care what the symbol is. I don't care what they do. I just play numbers. I even trade stocks sometimes and have to go look back and see what it was. That's how focused I am on numbers. Don't even know what company I traded till it's over sometimes. There's one in, out, on to the next one. Go back and look what it was. It's not about what they do. It's all about how they perform and if the numbers are there. Strictly a numbers player. That's it. That's the name of the game. Play the numbers. It's all about volume numbers, price numbers, level numbers. Pullback numbers. A lot of people don't like playing very volatile stocks, but I find a lot of profit in them, especially if you're playing support and resistance lines. AWIN is not in my list. I'll type it in though. Does it have volume? Or did you mean a win? There it is. Go ahead and mark that resistance for the pullback. We did close on that candle. Let's see if we get the bounce up. Currently pulling below it. Watching the dominator bars. We need green bars to come in to avoid getting trapped in a pump. Pulling back even more and even more. And even more. That candle did close. I'll set another level down there. Not too promising. Continuing to sell off. Nice try, trader. Not this time. At least you saw it. You put your eyes on it. And you made us aware. I think at 40,000 shares traded on the last candle and the volume dying on this one, I wouldn't worry about a pullback play. Unless you plan on sitting on it for a while. Yeah, I'm going to take my break here while nothing's moving. I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm going to leave it on what's it called? EDBL. I'll leave it on that one for y'all to watch. Okay, I am back. Looks like EDBL is already pumping up before the open. Nice green dominator bars. We are bumping under resistance. That's a good sign for this stock. Most likely will break through. There's the breakthrough. Looks promising, but I'm going to wait and see what happens just before the bell. It may pull back pretty far. I thought about getting it down there around 790 something, but I didn't. Both lines are above yellow on my blessing indicator, one being red, Trend line looks good. Good job, Thumb. You can almost count on it. If I go on break, something's going to go up. Those members that have been here the longest can verify that. Good job, Tim. Back down to 730 would be nice for a market open. I know you are, Santos. Everybody thinks that way, and they're profitable when they do it. They actually made a strategy out of it a while back. I'll take a look at plug, but I'm not going to jump into anything until after the bell rings. Plug looks nice. Could continue to be pumped up before the bell. Dominator bars are short. Volume is okay. My blessing is above yellow, both pointing upwards. Until now. Plug is in the magic scan number 2, EDBL being number 1. Neo's up here as well. So is SPWR. And so is sound. Do all of those sound familiar? They do to me. This scan is keeping track of the winners all day long. Right here. The main movers. If they take off and go crazy, they will be in the magic scan. So if you monitor the stocks in this scan and wait for pullbacks, you have a great chance of being successful because they are the day's movers. Looks like everything has the same pullback, except for that one. These four do. Tim, you can change it. That's just the range of stocks that I like to play. You can put it on any number you want. You can, if you like $1 to 10 or 50 to 100, you can change it. Actually, on all of my scans, you can change all of the price ranges to what you like to buy, whatever is affordable for you. I find that to be the most profitable stocks between 5 and 50 bucks, but I have it set for lower for pre-market. It's what most people can afford. You're going to find highest volume and the most profitable swings up and down. EDBL, what are you going to do here? Just before the bell, or are we going to run up? Since we're going to be leaving pre-market, I'm going to go ahead and change the scans. This is the 50-minute scan, and what I mean by 50 minutes is that this scan is now looking 50 minutes back for any movers that happened in the previous 50 minutes. So you'll be watching for volume spikes here. Down here, I'm going to run that master scalper test scan again. Trying to get all this stuff together and get it released. Got to make sure my tuning yesterday is working today. About 6 minutes to go before market opens. Make sure just before the bell you change your TIF to day so you don't miss a trade. I won't be chasing green candles at the open. I will be waiting for pullbacks, especially on EDBL. That's the one I'm going to be focusing on. Seems to be the most promising. Good job, Terry. See you later, Chad. Have a blessed one. About 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Plug's looking strong here as well. Well, it was looking strong, and then boom, here's the big red one. It must have knew I was going to say something. Now back up, now back down. Volatility hitting plug, that's never a good sign. Let's take a quick look at the SPY on a 15-minute chart, see where we're headed. SPY looks good because of the CPI report. It's just channeling now, though. It didn't lose its gains. That's a good sign. BOLT making a move before market open. Cheaper stock under $1. CLSK looks strong at open. About 30 seconds to go. Make sure your TIF is on day. Good luck to everybody. Don't chase green candles unless you have a lot of money and can afford to lose it. I'll be watching EDBL at the open. May the Lord bless your trading. Ding, ding, ding. Watching EDBL, slight pullback. That 773 could be a level of support unless it breaks through it. Could go down to 730 at that point. Pushing up. Hopefully we'll push up to 860. Careful on the volatility at open. It's undecided. It don't know where it wants to go. It's processing all the trades. Let it establish a footing. Maybe going down to that 730. Yeah, it's because of the volatility. Nice green candle from that bottom. Pushing up through 816. But will it hold? That's the question. We may go from 816 to 862 if we can get dominator bars to come in here. We also need the blessing to turn up. We're just kind of laying flat down there, so be aware. I'm out right there. That was me. I wanted that 860. Another 150. I did a small trade on it. Yes, it halted. Well, I set a limit. I kept calling it out 860. I didn't want to just say, hey, I'm going to get out at 860. That was the plan. I didn't care how high it went. I just wanted it to break that level. Good job, Tom. When we held 770, I knew there was probably going to have a good chance of going up. And I looked back at the high over here, and that's where I called my limit to get out. Good job, happy trader. All right. Not too bad today. I got a 175, a 140. Before this one. So I'm up about 460, 470. Just doing it in my head, and I suck at adding in my head. Hey, it wasn't easy coming. Trust me. I actually felt like I was guessing on two of them. The Lord bless me. You are welcome. It would definitely have to milk the kitty, right? Little tiny plays. You know, when I'm doing small share size, I'm thinking out of the box. If I'm confident, I'm doing larger share sizes. Good job, nozzle. AWIN, it's right here. I'm looking at it. Currently at resistance at 430. Let's see if we can break through it. We did. Pulling back down to it though. See if we retest 435. We don't. We're going to continue to push maybe. There's the retest right there. Stay above it. We did stay above it. Hopefully this candle closes above it. That would be confirmation. We are pushing up, maybe going to go to the $5 range now. So that confirmation at 430 is what you were looking for. I didn't get into this one. There, we're back up to that $5 as I mentioned. You should be out, or at least taking lots of profit and leaving a little bit on the table. Good job, Pitt, calling that one out. Looks like AWIN may set a new level up higher. All right, could not stay above $5. Now $5 is resistance unless we can close a candle above it. Looks like the buyers want to push it up even higher. The struggle is real. Lots of sellers up there in that 520 range. That would be the high over the high of pre-market. That's what we're battling. Another retest of $5. Let's see if we can get a push up. A lot of sellers up there in that 520 range. Remember I said that. Looks like the buyers are giving up. EDBL, where did you end up? Halted down. Hopefully you got out before that happened. This is why I don't just hang on until it turns around. I don't want to suffer and lose my losses. I set this level before in my head, and when it broke it, I got out. I don't like halts. My exit was right here. This was the high of the bodies of the candle. When it had support here at this level, that's when I clicked the button. I looked back here and said, when it grows and hits this level, I'm out. And that's what I did. So I didn't guess. I just set it for this. Ross Cameron is a fairly good trader. He has his own strategies. I think he's starting to play the pullbacks now. He was chasing green candles. I think he wised up. Very long halt is not good news. It could very well gap down when it resumes. AWIN still moving around. Very well could go up from here. Let's see if we come back down to retest that $5. Long wick on the bottom of this candle. The buyers are trying to keep it up, and they do. See if we can break for a new high. Dominator and my blessing look good. Volume looks nice. I'm not in this play, by the way. Did we get the new high? Can we push it up? Well, they tried. They ain't gave up yet. I feel a push coming. Let's see if we can get one. There's a little one. We did hit a new high. Not a lot of buyers on that one. Kind of struggling to get any higher. It still can happen. At least we're not selling off. The buyers are dominating the sellers. Another new high. And another new high. If you're in profit, start taking some off the table. Another new high. This is where you want to take advantage of getting profits. Another new high. Careful of a halt. We are in that area. Another new high. Thank you, Dax, for calling that back out. So AWIN, take your profits if you're into Goodwin. Just don't be greedy. Hopefully none of you were stuck on that EDBL halt. Ouch. We'll make it up, Rich. We'll get it back. Let me take a look at it. That's a devastating drop. That's what you call panic in the market. That first halt caught a lot of people, so everybody put in sell orders, which made it gap down on the resumption. A lot of orders probably got skipped over from that gap down, so there's still people stuck in it. Sometimes this happens. That's why I say always scale out of a trade once you're in it and it starts moving up. You want to be light by the time it gets up to the top. So in case things like this happen, you don't get stung with the full share amount. Greed will get you. Then you did good if you was almost out. See you later, Santos. God bless you. WISA. Let's take a look at it. It's down here in my list. 430 would be the support level. And we are retesting 430 currently. Watching for a green dominator bar. I'm not going to play this one. I just want to see if we get a pullback on it. Volume is too low to be playing around with this one. And the spread is all over the place. Did get a pullback out of it, not a full pullback until now. We did get the pullback up to 443 and the breakthrough. We may retest pre-market high. Let's see if we can get it that high. I don't like that the volume is so low on it. If you're in profit, I would definitely be working my way out of it. See you later, Don. God bless you. Did we get that 550? Let's see if we can push it up here. It's not looking too promising. Holding steady at 445. We may retest at 440. We tested 440. Maybe we'll get the bounce back up to 450. Not seeing a big tall dominator bar coming in, so that's probably not going to happen. Good job, nozzle. EDBL. still pulling back. You know, losses happen to all of us. Just let it go. Tomorrow's a new day. AWIN looking the strongest here this morning. Not going to chase green candles on it. I almost bought it earlier, but I stayed away from it. Good job, Kay. Currently in a halt on AWIN. So you can see this magic scan is right on top of what's moving. WISA, AWIN, EDBL dropped off the list. Bouncing below resistance is good sign. That's kind of how I determine a squeeze is going to break low or high. It depends on which one it's bouncing under or over. So if it's bouncing under resistance, I kind of predict them to move upwards. If we're bouncing off the top of support, maybe not so lucky. Sonic, I haven't because it's just so simple to do. At least I look at it as simple. It might not be so simple to somebody else. But all I'm doing is I'm watching price rise, and when it stops rising, I set a level. Once it pulls back and stops falling, I set a support level. And that's all there is to it. Support and resistance. And once I set that support level, I'm watching these indicators. If I get green bars coming in and this indicator turns up, chances are we're going to bounce back up at least to this level and maybe break through. So you can set a level here. It's already returning back down to a previous level. But if it helps, I will definitely make a video and stick it out there. But it's just a matter of moving up and down. You mean as far as the dotted lines, that's just a thinkorswim setting. So if you right click on your line and go to properties, Well, it's wanting to know which one. I'll just pick any of them. And right here, you can pick the style of your line. And then you want to save it as default once you change it. You can also set the weight and the color of your line in that same area. AWIN. Let's see where we break out on the halt. I'm thinking we're going up. I am always pulling the trigger down here on a support level if possible, but not without confirming that I have green bars down here coming in. So we did gap down, not gap, but we did pull back after the resumption, but now we're pushing higher again. May go into another halt, so be careful if you're in profit. Remember what I said, you take profits as it's rising. So if you played the pullback after the halt resumption, which would have been here, then you should be taking profits. Looking real promising for pushing up into another halt. Looks like it may fail. Developing a wick on the top of this candle. May come back down to retest 818. It's probably more like 820. Buyers are trying to keep it up. A lot of big tall dominator bar coming in, hopefully. My blessing has turned north. May get a breakthrough and a push for a new high. There it is. You know, I would like to say I'd love to sit here and do this all day, but when the market gets so slow, it gets boring. I'm not good with boring. Even though I may make a little bit more, it's not worth sitting here all day if I did good in pre-market. And that's just the way I've been doing it. If it's slow, why waste time? I can almost assure you after 9:30, it's a crawl. It's a snail's crawl. There's the retest of 818. Broke through. Let's see if this candle closes below it or stays above it. Hasn't closed yet. We're back above it. Maybe a retest of this level. Let's see. Marking the higher price range where we made the reversal. That would be resistance. Looking down at my blessing pointing south, so I do not pull the trigger here. Not seeing a tall dominator bar. Good job, Mano. If you let the losses depress you, you're going to have trouble trying to make them up. I like to just put them in the past as if it never happened and keep trading. It's a done deal. If you already lost it, why worry about it? Just move on. You can't say give me a refund. So the my blessing and no dominator bars down here at this 818, that would have kept me out of the trade. I'm not in this trade. Let me clarify that for you. But this is where you would look for that green dominator bar and that blessing to turn around for the next run up, and it's not happening. Yeah, don't revenge trade it. Just get it back 100 at a time or whatever it takes. 50 at a time. Don't try to make a play for the whole amount. It's probably not going to happen. So we do have an 818 support level here. It is confirmed. We have not dropped down below it for the last 4 candles. I mean, we spiked down below it, but we closed above it. Let's see if we can stay above it. That was a hard drop. Somebody got impatient. Back down to 725. That is a support level unless it closes below it. Starting to look like the buyers are giving up. Those that were holding are starting to sell. So there was nothing in this area that made me buy. We didn't have any tall dominator bars. The my blessing was continually running down. I can see the rollover of the trend. All right, we're going to move on. Thank you. Let me check on the SPY and see where we are. Are we still holding those gains from the CPI? We are. I see some sellers over there at 1238. About 27,000 shares selling right there where it's currently at. The buyers bought it up. Now more sellers. We see kind of all over the place. It is rising in price, but it's up and down constantly. Well, that just run all hopes on AWIN. I was thinking if it hit 818 and broke through, I may take a position, but that just blew that out the window. I think Visa, you have to have a really fast mouse finger, and I don't have one of those. Good job, M. WULF. That's on the crypto side. And you pushing up for pennies. It's not a big gainer here. I'm running through all of my scans trying to figure out what's moving. I don't see anything making any huge moves. Let me set a line up here. I think, are you talking about this price right here on this side? I think it's under properties. Just go to right click on it, edit properties. Show price on the right here. TMCI needs more volume. It's in the same area. Right click, go to properties, look down at the bottom and look at style. Then there's a button down there that says save as default or set as default. You can even change the color of the lines, the line weight. Everything's down there near the bottom. ONON. At first I thought that said QAnon. QAnon. BEKE. Played this stock a while back. You are welcome. If you didn't notice in those settings, you can extend the lines all the way to the left and all the way to the right. That's how I have them set. That way I can look back and see if it hits a previous level. So if you set a line and you're kind of waiting on this to the price to break this line, you can also turn that line into an alert where it'll pop up a window on your monitor that says that stock has reached that line. If you didn't know that. So if something is near a bottom and you're wanting to know without having to watch it, if it breaks up above that line, you can set these kind of alerts. Thinkorswim's a good platform to me. I mean, I've been using it since the 90s when it was nothing. There's all kind of bells and whistles in here. You may not get the best execution trades, but they're good enough. I mean, I'm not going to complain over a few cents here or there. So if you're like a Mara player, you can, and it's down at its low around $14, and you're thinking, well, if it breaks above 50, I may be interested. You can go throw a line on it and set it as an alert. When that happens, a little window will pop up on your monitor. LIDR trying to move, broke through 360. Dominator bar looks good. My blessing looks good. I'm not going to chase it. I would wait for a pullback to 360 if that happens. It looks like it's already pulled back to 360. So we kind of missed it. New high, 398. I saw it moving. I was going to look at it earlier, but I did a little support and missed it. But that's okay. I'd rather help. Pushing up a little more on LIDR. Kind of wishing I would have played it now. Neil, is that only if you want phone alerts? Or is that alerts on your screen? Well, if I'm on my phone and down the road, chances are I will have to miss. Pulling back to 360. Retest the 360. Can we stay above it and close this candle? I'll go ahead and mark that resistance level up there. Seeing a dominator bar, mostly green. My blessing pointing south. Developing a wick on the bottom. Another retest of 360, looking weak when it does that. I'm always good with one retest before the next bounce back up. That's a second retest. Still a higher low, no matter how you look at it, so we could go up from here. We did make it back up to that 397. Let's see if we can hit the 408 high. We did break the 408 high for a new high of 416. Gotta love pullbacks, right? That one wasn't the prettiest. It did retest twice before the run up, but that happens occasionally. Another new high of 425, 427, 437. All right, happy trader. I'll get that out there in the next day or so. I'm actually recording this session right here if you want to review it later. This is probably the best training instead of me making a video. I've been very specific on what I'm doing in this session. Doesn't get any better than training you live. I'll upload it today and put a link to it to everyone. That way I don't have to make a video, and this one you can prove it was real, right? I was here for it. You were here for it. It's not like pay me $1,000 and go watch me where I screwed up so you don't do it. So this one is a shoulda, coulda, woulda for me. I didn't play it. I mainly called it out for you guys. Another new high, 458. So from 360 to 440 if you caught it all, which most people won't catch all of it. That's about 75, 80 cents. Good job, Nozzle. I didn't catch any of it. So you beat me, brother. Maybe a retest of 397. There's the retest of 397. Let's see if we can close above it and create a higher low. I'll go ahead and set the next resistance level, which is right here. it spiked down to that 397 level and shot right back up and breaking above 438 again, maybe. Nice dominator bar. In order to catch that, you would have had to have a pending order down there at 397, and hopefully the spike was able to trigger it. So it would have been a lucky shot. I should say a long shot, because we're not lucky, we are blessed. So let's see if LIDR can break the 438. I think the run is pretty much over, in my opinion. So I know some of you had the expression errors on some of these scripts and you had to limit your display of stocks to 50. I learned that after I upgraded to this new computer, of course it's very fast. Still only 32 gigs of RAM though, but the processor is much higher and the motherboard's much better than a laptop. That I can run 500 display now on these scans without an expression error. So its processing power is what's causing it of the system you're using. And I don't say that to make you go spend money on a computer, just letting you know that that cured my expression errors. So if you get a lot of expression errors up in your scans, you have to go down to display 50. You're displaying too much. Okay, AWIN pushing here. Need to retest 725. There's the retest of 725. Let's see if we get to push up. Need some green dominator bars to come in. We need my blessing to turn green before you pull the trigger. Since it's been pulling back for quite some time, this play is not likely to happen, but it could. We did close above 725 on the previous candle, but we did have a wick on the top. Looks like we're going to pull back down to the lower level, which would be about here. Unless this candle closes above 725, we still have a shot at it. Looks like we're going to close down below it. And we did. That's not promising at all. Now that 725 probably becomes resistance unless we can break above it and close above it. So we're kind of just channeling is what's happening here. Not enough buyers to bring it up or down. Buyers or sellers. Robin Hood slowly creeping up. There is a possibility that it could come back to this level, but not likely. Not without a long day. Riot kind of doing the same thing as Hood. Very little gains. Slow crawling. Take a look at the SPY and see what's going on. SPY slowly moving upwards. Not a bad sign. Looks like Siri needs to play better songs. It is holding the 397. That should give you a little confidence. The question is, will the buyers come back in? AMC, we are above yellow. We need dominator bars of green to move in. But like I said earlier, this party could be over. Ford Motor Company never pays a lot of money. It's kind of like a buy and hold for a long time. TME, a little spike here. Very low volume. Gonna move away from it. Hardly any spikes on the board whatsoever out of all of my scans. PCG paying pennies from 1826 to 1828 to 1830. Not my kind of profit. 752 to 754. Well, I am not seeing anything that I could get into without having to bear the negatives and positives of my account on slow crawls. See you later, Armadeus. I'm not the guy that's going to buy shares and watch it go negative and positive and negative and positive and try to get out on slow crawling stocks. Nothing really being driven up strongly. It's kind of like a floating stock day. See you later, Jay. Can't see your name. I just see the letter J and 3 dots. So have a blessed one. So I am recording this Hollywood with the OBS software. This is my first time to record with OBS software. I'm usually doing it with a standalone software. I'm hoping it turns out. If I don't post it, I'll make one and get it up there to you. If I don't post it, that means it didn't work. It means I don't know what I'm doing when I'm recording with OBS. But I did click record. Now I got to find out where it's going to save it. Hopefully in the OBS file. Or maybe in the video file. I don't know where it's saving them, but I'll figure it out. I wouldn't go that far. I did used to build them, but man, I built them back early 90s. They're way over my head now. Like, I don't know what an i9 is. I couldn't tell you processor speed or i8s. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it with you. Appreciate you joining me this morning. We'll do this again tomorrow. Be safe in your trading. Watch out for these slow crawlers. They could eat your lunch. And I am working on getting back to my during the day sessions. Just give me a few minutes or a few days. I'll probably start them back next week. You know, I've dealt with a lot this week. So I'm putting it all in the past, moving forward. And I will see you guys in the morning. Let's make some more money tomorrow. God bless. Milo's putting an engine in his car. He doesn't really have time right now. But he loves doing the live streams. I'm sure when he gets time, he will click in and do them. See you guys later. God bless.